My mum was in like a very toxic relationship, and he was violent towards me and my mum, and that put me through some situations that I really didn't want to be in.
Well, I went into the system when I was 3, and I've been with the same foster family for 17 years now, so, and yeah, they're pretty much just my normal family.
So before I went into care, I was in foster care because I moved out of my dad's when I was 5, and so I've jumped around loads of foster carers, and most of them were nice, but one of them wasn't.
Well, my first experience of going into care was around the age of 8, and the reason being was my mum was very mentally ill. At the time, they didn't know what was wrong with her. This was the 80s, and my family didn't really believe in mental health or knew what to do to help. So and they seen me as like a problem child because by this time I was getting a lot of anxiety and I wasn't eating to the point of being tube fed.
As I got older, I was told that I was a difficult child. I would like struggle with behaviour and stuff, so Mum would find like anything stressful. And it got worse when my little sister came along because Mum was more stressed. She wasn't at work, she was on maternity leave. My sister was like a handful with all our doctor's appointments and everything. And then obviously with me, I was in high school and stuff, like it just wasn't the greatest between us two.
There was like one day where the violence got really bad, and then after a few weeks I did start reporting it to the school, and at the time they were like, there's no evidence that you're in harm or whatever, and obviously that did hurt a bit. I was like, I need to get out, like I'm trapped.
I just kind of shied away from everyone, just hide and try not to get hurt again. I was just confused. I was thinking, am I going to go back with him, or will I ever be the same?
I mean, it was difficult from time to time, definitely. I probably would say struggling with social communications and knowing when's the right time to speak and when's not.
And again, I think with us having extra needs myself, because I was in a child psychiatry unit a few times, but obviously the foster parents themselves can't tube feed a child, and not many people want to do that.
And then there was one day I didn't show up for school, and I was at my mum's. And at the time my mum had a massive drink and drugs problem. So obviously that was an issue for her, and she was lying on the sofa and she was ill, and the social workers came to the door, and at first I didn't want to answer the door because I didn't want to get my mum in any sort of trouble, but I answered the door anyways, and she came in and she seen the state of the house. And then that's when she was like, you need to get ready and we might be taking you into care.
Around year 9, I started struggling a lot with my emotions. I got bullied for it, I got made fun of, like people would say like, why is she crying for, like she's such a crybaby and everything. But there were so many times where I would just stand there and think, why can't I just scream in their faces and tell them everything that's gone on in my life? Like, maybe then they'll understand, but I never did.
And then I moved into Better Carers, which I went with them for a year and a half. But then I was just, all my anger came out and I was really angry with everyone and just everything. Just like confusion, just hurt as well. Why didn't they come back?
And at first I didn't know what care was. I was like in that for bad kids or whatever. Like, I was one of those people who generally thought that.
They had people who tried, but it didn't really work. And then it kind of, in high school, I kind of had like psychologists and stuff. It took a while. Other kids were like getting like full lessons in class, whereas I was like coming out for like therapy sessions and like psychologist sessions and social worker meetings.
After that, I went into the children's home that I'm in, but I found that really difficult, moving from someone that I love to strangers. It was just really strange, just a whole new world. Loads of kids just running around. I was just trying to like get away from it all, so I kept running away and just doing stuff that I wasn't supposed to.
It was a rocky start. I was always running away from home. I was always going back to my mum's, refusing to go back. And I just didn't want to be in care because I was getting bullied for it.
I mean, most of the time, like, I would just stay in like my room or like in the front room and watch TV. Whereas, like, I think now, like, people go up like partying and stuff, and I'm just sat watching TV at home.
Everyone just thinks, oh, being in care is just a thing for bad kids or whatever. And us kids in care do get ashamed of being in care because we're not with family, and when we go out we do see families and some of us do like, oh, I wish I had that.
Like, there's a couple of foster carers that I was very, very unhappy at, but I was too scared to tell anybody why. And basically it was just getting bullied off the children of the foster parents. I had nobody to tell. Nobody to tell nothing to.
I think that at the time I kind of just gave up speaking to people. I lost all my trust in a lot of people. It's a bit like a bucket. You fill it all up with your problems, it'll overfill, and you just break down chairs and it releases itself unless you release it by telling someone. When my social worker said, look, I've put referral in for an independent visitor, I was just like, at that moment, I'm just like, I don't really see the point. Like, I'm not going to talk to this person. Like, I don't know who they are. Like, I don't know if they're going to be nice or strict or anything like that. Like, I had like this overthinking feeling that I'm not going to like them.
At first I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. I was very wary about it because I was just like, oh well, the rest have left, so why is this one just going to turn up and just stay? There's no reason for her to just stay.
I think I first heard about the independent visitor scheme from my foster mum, and who'd heard it from my social worker, and it kind of was a way to like learn new social skills and get out of the house.
Because I was so scared of social workers. I was so scared of like psychiatrists, everything, any kind of authority like that. I was scared of because I kept on thinking they're going to take us away from my mum more. So I think having an independent visitor would have been so good for us, to the point where it would have made us a lot more emotionally stable as well. And I think that would have had an effect on me adulthood even. In fact, almost definitely.
So at first it took us a while to open up to her, but after a while I actually did, and I just knew I could trust her.
The first face-to-face meeting, we went out for lunch in the local like local area and just sat and talked.
The first one was really nice. He took me out places. Like, I went golfing with him every time. He kept on collecting these meerkat teddies and kept giving me one every time. But then he had to stop fully, and then I got this new one. That went really well. He was even better than the first one. He knew lots more about me. He knew how to get on with me.
Other things we do is we go like to the cinema, we will go to like museums, like living museums and like castles, and go for food and do lots of different things.
And when we first met, she was really, really nice. We had something to eat with our spoons, and we just had like a little chat. Like, I got to know a little bit about her, she got to know a little bit about me, and we kind of just clicked like that. Like, we love shopping, we love clothes, we love books, we love like Starbucks, iced coffees and all that stuff. We just clicked instantly.
We decide together, but most of the time I win the decisions. But we just choose together.
Me and Holly's done a lot of things. We've done bowling, we mainly go shopping at the Metro. We've been out for dinner, been out for a cake.
When the independent visitors started coming, I was able to chat to them, and then they helped me express things to the carers.
We had been in Newcastle loads of times to buy clothes or just for a Starbucks or something like that, and it was just really, really fun. It just like, it made us forget about all my problems and just be able to have fun, really enjoy myself.
We just mainly talk about what's been going on, like whether that's good or bad, or like what's going to happen in a few days. Like, we just always talk about that.
He's a really happy and funny person, likes asking questions a lot, but that's just so he gets to know me more. We usually go to the arcades, we occasionally go golfing, but the arcades is the main bit. We usually win thousands of tickets.
So she's on maternity leave now, but we're still in contact. Like, she's always like messaging us like, hi, how you doing, and stuff like that. And she's just really nice, like checking in on us, and like we're already making plans when she gets off maternity leave. Like, do you want to go here, this place? Do you want to go for an iced coffee? Do you want to go to the works, buy some more books? Even though my mum says we're not allowed any more books, but I'm still getting loads more.
It just helps because it's just knowing someone's there that you can trust. Yeah, you could speak to your staff at the home or carers, but not everything's like you're going to talk to your carers about because you feel judged. But with Holly, I know I won't get judged about anything, and she'll just give us advice all the time if I need it.
We usually talk and have chats about how I'm feeling and stuff like that, what's been going on in life. Just another person to talk to, someone that I can trust even more.
Definitely I've learnt a few social skills. I think it happened because before I couldn't like go out and talk to people and like ask for help, whereas now I'm not as like reserved, and I would ask for help if I needed it, and like now I can even like say, look, if there's a problem. Recently I went down to the shops and got the wrong change and went back and said, could I have the right change please? It felt good. It felt like an achievement.
With being in a kids' home, it's hard to go out sometimes because it's just always wondering what other people are going to think. Because obviously when staff are out, some of them do wear carer badges, and you can just tell that us kids aren't related. Like, we're not as close as siblings. Like, there's just so much tension in us, which you can just tell, oh, they're not related. And as much as the staff do try and make it a very home environment and try help her do feel at home, it's just always like, oh, they're gonna think that's their 4 kids home. But then with Holly, no one even looks, just think, oh, it's 2 sisters going out together.
Like, I knew I'd be able to have someone to talk to when I had no one else. Like, my independent visitor's just been there. Like, if I needed a chat or a cry or something, like, she's just been there.
I kind of clicked straight away with them, so we ended up just constantly speaking and trusting each other even more. It's just someone that dedicates all the time to you. I think he's really helped me, because he just helped me speak, express myself and do what I like.
There was a time where I was struggling in college and I was very misbehaving, and at the time everyone thought it wasn't best for me to say Holly because of like, oh, might things were like make things way worse. But then I knew if I seen Holly it would make things better. So then I managed to say Holly and I just told her everything that had been going on at college, and she just told us to keep my head held high and don't listen to everyone out there, and don't react as much, because that's what most people look for, a reaction.
I would never have been doing this like last year, for instance. I would just be telling my carers to go away. I've just learned to trust them and do what they feel is right. I just feel like I've changed so much that I can help with things now. That's why I work in charity shops as well.
I used to hate trying new things. I used to hate it so much. I used to hate change. I used to hate new things. Like, I generally was the least, like, I was the worst when it came to new things. Now I'm kind of like, okay, I'll try it, and if I don't like it, I don't like it.
It was very like, oh my god, it's actually worked. Like, I can actually talk to someone about everything. Like, I just felt better in myself, and then that's when I started becoming more confident, because I was very shy to open up to people, and even if someone said, oh, just fight back or whatever, I'd be too scared to. But with Holly, like, I could just do it. Like, she could just say something and I'd just do it and I'd feel more confident about it. Like, and I'd just walk away with a smile on my face.
She's really patient, despite me being an absolute pain in the arse. But yeah, she's really patient and she's really understanding, so it really works.
Until we met and I just instantly fell in love with her. Like, we clicked first second. Once the moment I said I love books, she was like, I've got a little library in my house, I'll send you some pictures later. So it was like clicked, and then I was like, I'll trust her with my life. Like, I would tell her anything and she'd just be there. She's always good with advice, taught us how to stand up for myself. Like, I was never able to do that. I was struggling at college, telling someone that, look, I don't want to talk to you or anything like that. I just kept going to see him and just sit there and not say anything, until like there was this one time where I was sat outside my class and just broke down in tears, and my teacher had called him up, and I just says to him, look, I don't want to talk to you, like, I've had enough of being feeling so awkward. And because of that, my independent visitor helped us with that. She's like, you need to stand your ground, and that's so what I did. It was like a huge relief. Like, I lost all the pressure that was on my shoulders, like, felt better.
Half the stuff that me and Holly do together, I wouldn't really expect myself to do that. Like, even just going to the till and talking to them, like, I'd be very shy even do that, because obviously it's talking to strangers. And just with Holly, I can just do it. Like, I'm like, oh, hi, can I order this or that? And even just like bowling and shopping, like, or just even getting out of the house in general, like, it's just more confidence.
Probably helped us a lot with my confidence. Like, when obviously the first couple of times we'd been with each other, like, I would just be scared to go and look at something. She's like, go on, just go and look at it. And I'm like, okay. So I go and look at it and I'm like, I really like this. It's like, get it then? I'm like, I will. And it's just helped us a lot with my confidence, like liking myself more, being able to do things more that I would never do, like go somewhere and say, look, can I have this to eat or have this to drink? Like, I was never able to do that.
It was when I was just starting to get in contact with my mum. I was just really worried whether she was going to stay or not, because trust issues and stuff like that, and the independent visitor helped me express myself to the carers, which then really helped me.
And from then I've been to the shops myself lots of times, and I've been able to do it without anyone's help, so I'll just thank her for just helping.
I've definitely become more confident with Holly being involved, because I was very shy and I didn't know how to act around people. Then when Holly came involved, after a while, I did think I can just be myself. So I started being myself, and that's how the relationship grew.
It's really helped with my confidence, because I would never get a job if I didn't have an independent visitor. They've advised me and helped me.
I talk to Sammy because she makes us feel a lot better. She's able to give advice. She's able to put a smile on my face even if it's not in person. Like, she's telling us that I'm so strong and worthy of this life that I've got. Like, trying to make us feel better instead of me putting myself down, which I'm actually very good at, putting myself down.
For young people that don't have a independent officer, I say definitely look into it, because it's changed my life, and I'm sure other kids that have officers do think, oh, they've changed my life as well, and it should be an option for everyone. But I just want to say, definitely go ahead with it, even if it's the wrong person, just ask for a new person, but the devil will try find you a match, because that's what they've done with me, and like loads of other kids, they do find you matches, and just meet them, and it might take a while to open up to them, but yeah, it's definitely worth it.
Just being able to listen. You never know, a young person might just be struggling and they don't have anyone else to talk to, and then they just struggle, like they don't know what to do, and then if they've got an independent visitor, they can maybe open up to them, because my independent visitor has always been there for me, always listening to you, basically a shoulder to cry on.
I'll say incredibly important, because if I didn't have him, I wouldn't be the person I am today. I would still be that kid who just sits in the corner doing nothing.